Hello and welcome to my channel. So on today's video we are doing a sleeping bag or a sleep sack. I made this for my daughter. So I used Ankara on the outside, as you can see, but on the inside I used a fleece fabric like the one for small baby blankets, because I wanted this sleep sack to be warm. It's our winter here in Nairobi, so I want her to be warm, and so I made her first Ankara thing, and I chose to do this sleep bag. I like it. So yeah, I did the zip so that I open it from the bottom going up, because at night I don't want to expose her chest trying to change her diaper. So yeah, the zip is opening from the bottom going up. And if you want to see how I did this, continue watching. So yeah, this is the fabric I'm using, of course. The measurements are quite simple. For the shoulder, it's 4 inches on fold, so 8 inches total, and then the neck is 2 inches. So from the neck going down, I did half an inch. This is the back piece, and then the armhole going down is 4 inches, and you just carve it out like that to about 9 inches for the chest. The length I used 25 inches. I hope she can wear it until she's like 1 year old, but if it becomes tight, I'll just make another. And then of course you finish it up going okay, the bottom across I did 9 inches, yeah, and for the chest it was 4.5 inches. So that's the shape you get, and just cut it out. So for the front, because we have a zipper at the front, you want to create an allowance for the zip at the center front. So I just left about an inch for the zip, but the rest of the measurements are the same. Okay, the neckline also will go down a bit for the front. So the neckline can be 2 by 2 inches for the front neckline. I'm just separating those because the front is 2 pieces, and I'm reducing the neckline to be deeper. So this is the fabric I'm using for the lining. I'm sure you've seen it before. It's those baby blankets or warmers. So I'm just going to cut off the same pieces that I've cut for the Ankara, 2 front pieces and a back piece. Okay, so this is all the pieces that you need: 2 back pieces, 2 front pieces, like 4 back pieces. I'm confusing myself, and a zip. Okay. So I just measured the zip to see where it will fit, and I'm going to sew the area where the zip is not going to fit at the bottom of the front pieces for both the fleece lining and the Ankara part. So then now we are going to connect the front piece and the back piece all around from shoulder to shoulder. not shoulder to shoulder, from armhole to armhole. Gosh. Yes. And then do the same for the fleece or the lining. Oh yeah, by the way, you don't have to use fleece for lining, depending on how thick or thin, how heavy you want your slip sack to be. You can use any material, because you can use a slip sack during summer or winter, or then the middle. Like for example, I have this very thick slip sack, and I have a very light one, so this is going to be like a medium weight slip sack for my baby. So depending on when you're using the slip sack, you don't have to make it either too heavy or too thin, as in, yeah. So after that, I'm going to attach the shoulders the same way. From here, I'm ready to finish up the armholes. So turning the Ankara fabric to the right side, so the right side is out. And then I'll place the lining fabric inside so that the wrong sides are kissing. And I'm just doing this to match up the two pieces. So like that, as you can see, the armholes are matching, and I just want to stitch it with the right sides kissing. So putting my hands in between the fabrics, I'll put them the right sides together, and then I'll stitch along that seam all round to cover the whole armhole. So I'll do the same to the other armhole as well. This is how it looks when it's sewn from the inside. So it's neat on this side. See how neat it is. So this is how you do it. Place your hand in between the two fabrics, okay? Yes, and then make sure the right sides are kissing from like the two seams at the bottom of the armhole, and just sew around the seam. You'll get to the place where you started, and it's going to be a complete finished armhole. So it's always nice to snip the seams of curves where you've done a seam with a curve like a armhole or a neckline, to just snip them so that the neckline or armhole lies flat and it's not puckering and looking funny. So from that, I'm going to top stitch the armhole to make it smoother. And I'll do this for both armholes, of course. Yeah, I don't know if you can see, but looks better when it is top stitched. So yeah, next I'm going to use the same method to finish up the neckline. But for the neckline, it's going to be a bit hard because at the shoulder, I have little space to enable me sew from one part of the neckline to the other part of the neckline, like from the left to the right neckline part of the neckline. So I'll just stitch up to the shoulder seam and then do the same for the other side of the neckline. And for the back that's going to remain unsewn, I will do a top stitch while folding the back edges. So that's one side done. Just going to snip the seam to make it flatter, and I'll do the other side of the neckline up to the shoulder seam. So that's what we have. The back is undone. I will fold and top stitch as I finish up. So attaching the zip, I'll first attach on the Ankara side. So I have the opening of the zip at the neckline, and then is it the opening? Like the edge of the zipper is on the neckline, and then the opening of the zipper is going to be at the bottom. Well, you'll see what I mean. I wanted to do this because when changing the baby at night, when you don't want to expose their chest and things like that, it's just better to have, I like those onesies that have a zip from the legs going up. It's just easier when changing. So for the fleece side, as you can see, I'm folding and stitching along the zip. Yes, to finish it up, and I'm going to do that for both sides, and that will be it for the zip. So just doing some final top stitches at the bottom to secure the zip, and that's it. So to close up the sack, we're going to close up from the top, because we like inverted the zip. Instead of it opening up from the top, it's going to be opening up from the bottom. So that's it. That's what I meant with all the zip talk. So now I want to finish up the neckline. I had left the back of the neck opened, so I'll just top stitch the front where I had already completed, and on getting onto the back I'll fold and top stitch until it's done. Yes. Well, if I were to do this again, of which I will, I'll do the neckline, finish it up before doing the armholes, because it's easier to do the armholes when the neckline is done than doing the neckline after the armholes. So I'll just exchange those two. Yes, so this is it. It's done. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and like the video if you liked it.
Ini ya nani?
Taka kumweka tuone.
Hebu sasa utasimamia huko, tumeongezea hivi.
Hebu jiangalie ukilia vile unakaa. Nimsimamie wapi?
Mweke miguu huko.
Naweza mguu.
Hata ndio nimefikiria kama tafiti.
Hey. What is drip?
Baby ushaingia, relax. It's really big. Umebaki kitenge.
Drip.
That's your first kitenge ya kulala.